Hello Year 7 Maths. Today I'm going to go through the answers to your worksheet for Lesson 10 Week 4. Just note that these worksheets, there's actually 4 pages, so we're going to go through page by page. It may end up being a long video and I might have to cut it short, so we'll just see how we go. Alright, topic 1, changing percentages to fraction. So we all know the percent sign looks like a 1 with 2 zeros. And that also looks like a division sign. So we know the percentage sign means divide by 100. So just keep that in mind. When you've got question 1, which says express the following percentages as fractions in simple form, we're going to replace this percentage sign with divide by 100. So we have 30 over 100, because over 100 means divide by 100. And then you look at it and you say, well, what can I divide top and bottom by of this fraction to simplify it? You can see that it's got zeros at the end, so we can divide by 10. So we divide the top by 10 and the bottom by 10. Then we rewrite it. 30 divided by 10 is 3, and 100 divided by 10 is 10. So it's 3/10. Let's try another one. 95%. The percent sign, as we said, means divide by 100. This time I've got a little bit more room, so I'll write it like that. Then you look at your fraction and you say, well, what can I divide top and bottom by? Both numbers end in 5 or 0, so your divisibility test said they're divisible by 5. So we're going to divide top and bottom by 5. Now if you've got your calculator, which I have just to show you, turn it on and you can say 95 divided by 5 equals, and you get 19. So we'll write equals 19 over, and we'll cancel that, 100 divided by 5 equals 20. So our answer is 19 over 20. Next one. Question 2. Use your calculator to convert the following percentages to fractions in simplest form. Now this is a bit tricky. So I'm going to show you with the calculator. You can actually complete the answers like question 1 if you really want to, but on your calculator, if you write 3.5, which is the first question, and then find the percentage sign, can you see it in yellow there? It's just there in yellow. So I have to press the shift button, then the percentage sign, and I get it like that. I'll press equals. Now that'll give you a decimal answer. To change it to a fraction, you press the SD button and it'll give you the fraction, which is 7 over 200. So on your calculator, it makes it pretty simple and you get your fraction straight away without all the hard work. So it's 7 over 200. Now if we do that again, just to make sure you've got it, we'll try 5.5%. So on your calculator again, 5.5 and our percentage button. Oops, better show it. So you've got 5.5%, then we press equals, and we get 0.055 as a decimal. So we're going to change it, the S to D button, to a fraction, which is 11 over 200. So we can write that answer, 11 over 200. Now let's have a look at the last one, 5.5%. So on your calculator again, we're just going to cancel that. 0.5, shift the percentage button. So you've got 0.5%, then your equal sign, you get 0.005 as a decimal. Press the S to D button, and you'll get 1 over 200. So we can write 1 over 200. Go on to the next question, question 3. So question 3 says, 8.53%. Use your calculator to change the following percentages to fractions in simplest form. So there's not really much that I need to do here because it's exactly the same. I'll just do the first question. So you cancel. On your calculator, 8.53, shift, then the percentage button, then equals, sorry I can't show it all at the same time. You'll get 0.0853, change it, you get 853, this is a big number, 853 divided by 10,000. Wow, that's a big number. You might need to do these questions on your own paper so that you can show the answers. Question 4. Convert the following two fractions in simplest form. So 63%, this is similar to question 1. The percent sign means divide by 100, so you can write it as a fraction. So doing it again, first one, 63% is 63 over 100. Just remember again, on using the worksheet, you'll have to do this in your own paper. And we've got to convert it to fractions in simplest form. We can't divide by anything here, so it's going to just stay as that. So we'll do another one, 32%. Just remember, percentage sign means divide by 100. As we said up here, percent means divide by 100, which gives us the denominator in a fraction. So you've got 32 over 100. And here we can have a look and we can say, well, that's divisible by 2 because they're both even. They're divisible by 4. And if they're divisible by both of those, they're probably divisible by 8. But 100's not divisible by 8, so we might have to forget about that one. So we're going to divide by 4. So divide 32 by 4 and 100 by 4. And let's see what we get. Alright, so on your calculator, if you need to, unless you know your times tables, 32 divided by 4 equals, and we get 8. And the other one, 100 divided by 4 equals 25. So it's 8 over 25. Let's go to the last question on this page. Change the following percentages to fractions in simplest form. It didn't say to use your calculator, but I'll show you a couple of different ways to do it. If you've got 0.5%, you can go on your calculator. You can say 1 divided by 2, which is 1/2, equals 0.5. Then shift percent equals 0.005, and we can press the S to D button and we get 1 over 200. So we know that answers 1 over 200. I'm just going to put it over here because I'll show you the other way to do it. If you've got 1/2, 1 divided by 2, alright, you've got 1 divided by 2 is 1/2, and we're also going to divide by 100. So divide by 100 is 1 over 100. So we're actually going to multiply by 100. Can you see how to get the answer? Some of you will get this, other people won't. Please use your calculator if you don't understand, or you can contact your teacher and they can explain it to you. Alright, this one here, 45.5%. Well, we know that 1/2 equals 0.5, so we'll make it a little bit quicker. So we've got 45.5%. You can divide by 100, calculate it that way if you want to, or use your calculator. I'll show you with the calculator. Cancel. So we've got 45.5, and then we've got percent, shift, oh sorry, I'm not showing that too well, shift percent equals, that's it as a decimal. So to go to fraction, press the S to D button, and you get 91 over 200. So we've got 91 over 200. Alright, go to the next page. Sorry it's taking this long, we're going to have to be a bit quicker because it's going to be a big video. Alright, I didn't point out on this, if you want more work, you can go to Jack Plus Text 7.2, pages 250 to 253. Right, the second page. Changing fractions to percentages. This is probably easier to do because whenever you want to change a decimal or a fraction to a percentage, we're going to multiply by 100%. So what does that work? Why does multiplying by 100%, which gives us the sign, why can we do that? Because 100%, percent means per 100, means 100 over 100, which equals, divide top and bottom by 100, and you get 1 over 1. So multiplying by 1 doesn't change it, but we're changing the look of it. We want the percentage sign, so we're going to multiply by 100. And you can say on your calculator, 50 times 100 divided by 100. So here's my calculator. Cancel our last thing. 50 divided by 100 multiplied by 100 equals 50%. So you've got to realise when you multiply by 100, you're actually multiplying by 100%. Sorry, I forgot to write it. So your answer has to have the percentage sign. Let's go to this one. 84 over 100, we're multiplying by 100%. So we get 84 divided by 100 times 100. If we got 100 over 100, we could probably divide by 100, top and bottom, and we'll get the same answer. So I'll do it on the calculator. I don't need to, but I will just for some of you. So we've got, cancel, 84 divided by 100 equals, times 100 equals 84. So you've got 84, and we need to put in the percentage sign. Let's go to the next one. Use your calculator to change the following fractions to percentages. So let's do that. So 1/2 means 1 divided by 2, doesn't it? So we're going to say 1 divided by 2 equals 0.5. Change 0.5 to a percent. Let's see what happens if we do the shift button and press the percent. Let's see what we get. That's not going to be the right way, is it? Because we know it's 50%. So don't get mistaken in doing that. That's why I'm showing you. So 1 divided by 2. And then what do? We multiply by 100% equals 50. So please don't make the mistake of using the percentage sign because it's doing a totally different thing. Let's go to the next one. 3 divided by 50. So we're going to say 3 divided by 50 times 100%. I'm writing it out so you can see what I'm exactly doing on the calculator. So on the calculator, it doesn't show it up very well. 3 divided by 50 multiplied by 100 equals, and we get 6. So it's actually 6%. Alright, the next one is exactly the same. Change the following fractions to percentages. You can use your calculator if you want, so I'm not going to go through any more of those because it's going to be 1 divided by 4 times 100%, and you can calculate that, alright, and you'll end up with 25%. I need to speed up, so let's go to the next one. Express the following as percentages. Once again, you're going to say 5 divided by 8 times 100%, and then you'll calculate it and see what you end up with. Don't forget the percentage sign is the answer. Right, so that's page 2. If you need help, you can go to text 7.2, pages 250 to 253. That's your Jack Plus text. So just remember that. All right, page 3. So page 3, express the following percentages as decimal. So remember, percentage sign means divide. So we're just going to say 20 divided by 100. And on your calculator, 20 divided by 100 if you need it. 20 divided by 100 equals. So this one's pretty simple. You get the decimal straight away. So it's 0.2. I don't think I need to show any more in question 1. Question 2. Change the following percentages as decimals. Same thing. So we're going to say for the first one, 15 divided by 100. That's all you've got to do, because percent means divide by 100. So we've got 15 divided by 100 equals, and you get the answer of 0.15. Next one, we've got convert the following to to decimal. So 3% to a decimal, it's just 3. Replace the percentage sign with divide by 100 equals. So on your calculator, you can say 3 divided by 100 equals 0.03. So that's all you've got to do. Instead of the percentage sign, you just divide by 100. I'll quickly do this one. 48.3 divided by 100. And if you know how to move your decimals, because there's 2 zeros in it, you bring the decimal 2 places to the left, or you use your calculator, and you end up with equals 0.483. So just remember, you might need to write the answers in your book. And the last one on this page, express the following percentages as decimals. Just remember, if you've got 25 and a quarter, that's how you say it. 25 plus 1 divided by 4. Alright? Then you're going to divide by 100. Now you might need to put brackets in here, because otherwise it's not going to look at it unless you use your fraction button, but I don't want to have to teach you that. So we've got 25 plus, I'm going to press the right button, oh sorry, you can't see the button, plus 1 divided by 4 equals. So you've got 25.25, then you can divide by 100. So the answer divided by 100 equals 0.2525. So our answer is 0.2525. So just be careful when you do these, you might need paper. And the last page, just looking at it, if you need the textbook to give you a bit more information, it's 7.2 pages 250 to 253. So express the following decimals as percentages. So whenever we want to change a decimal or a fraction to a percent, we multiply by 100%. So that's what we're going to do. 0.12 multiplied by 100%. And just remember, your answer has to be the percent sign. So in your calculator, you're going to say 0.12 multiplied by 100. Oops, I shouldn't have done that. Let me do that again. 0.12 multiplied by 100 equals, and you get 12. So it equals 12%. Go down to here, 0.87, and you can probably guess what the answer is going to be. Multiply by 100%. You can use your calculator, and you'll end up with 87%. I need to speed up. Express the following decimals as percentages. Once again, we're doing the same thing. Multiplied by 100%, and we get, if you do it on your calculator, you'll see it, you'll get 70%. Let's go down to this one, 0.03 as a percent. So once again, we multiply by 100%, and we end up with 0.03 times 100 equals, and we end up with 3%. Next one, change the following decimals to percentages. So we're multiplying by 100%. And I'll just quickly say, those of you who know your decimals, If you're multiplying by 100, you move the decimal place twice to the right, and you end up with 6.2%. Next one, 0.123 to a percent. We're multiplying by 100%, and we end up with, once again, move the decimal place twice to the right, you end up with 12.3%. And the last one, change the following decimals to percentages. We've got whole numbers here, so how does that make a percent? If we multiply by 100, it's going to be over 100%. So let's have a look. 1.45 multiplied by 100%. So you move the decimal place twice to the right, and we end up with 145%. Just remember, you can use your calculator if need be. So that's how we complete the worksheet for lesson 10. Thank you.